suffice at the end of it. When I was a young father, I remember I had to get home from work quickly because we had an important family event. And so I was here in Mesa, and I was driving home just at Mesa Drive and Brown Road, close to where our family home was. And it had been a pretty significant motor vehicle accident. Traffic was stopped, going back sideways. And I was frustrated because, man, my wife was expecting me in just a few minutes. I can't sit here while waiting for this intersection over here. What can I do? Well, I was very familiar with that neighborhood that lived there, and I noticed just to the side of the road was a canal that I jogged on quite a bit. And I realized, wow, that canal road, that goes straight to my house. I could just hop on the canal, and, you know, a few minutes from now, I'll be home while all these suckers are still sitting there in traffic. Now, there was a little voice inside my head that was saying, that's probably not a good idea. But I, again, was kind of proud of myself for thinking that I had outsmarted the situation. And so I pulled my car onto the sidewalk and onto the canal and figured I was going to be home lickety-split. Pretty soon after I started on that path, I came to realize that this was the time of year where the Saltwater Project had brought their heavy equipment out onto the canal and was scooping out the sludge from the canal and cleaning out the canals. And so I had to start driving around these large piles of sludge on the canal. Also, the canal backed up to the neighborhood that I lived in. I noticed I was starting to get the attention of some of my neighbors. They were coming out of the backyard, and I imagined that they were snickering and pointing fingers and saying, "What's that dummy trying to do?" But I was committed. I didn't. My pride had been taken over, and I didn't want to admit that I had probably done something ill-advised and cut my losses. So I just kept going and kept going and kept going. Well, the farther I went, the larger piles of sludge got, and ultimately I did. And I had no choice but to very slowly back my little Volkswagen Bug all the way backwards along the canal. And so, of course, I arrived at my family event very late and dripping in perspiration from this very distressing, very anxiety-filled experience. So that was not a good decision, but it taught me a valuable life lesson. At this point in my life, I've always arrived at the destinations that my path took me to. I don't recall ever arriving someplace that I wasn't on path to get there. And so I'm hoping that you guys will set some goals. In fact, I'm going to make a suggestion. I've got like a box, I think, from high school with all kinds of stuff like this. You guys are going to, your mothers are going to be really good about making sure that this gets saved. See if you can get an extra copy. And I'm going to ask you, hopefully tonight, but sometime in the next day or two, take out a pen. This is going to be meaningful to you in years to come, but it's going to be particularly meaningful to you if you take some time right now and jot down your thoughts at this stage in your life. And not just your thoughts, but some goals. Because that's the path. Well, you'll be able to figure out what the path is once you know where it is that you want to go. In the mayor's office, I have a big whiteboard, and up at the top of this whiteboard it says WICS, W-I-C-S. Some of you are familiar with that term, stands for Wildly Important Goals. I was taught that unless you write a goal down, it's just a wish. And so I try to identify things that are important so that I can not just get the day-to-day things done, but also be focused on larger goals. Right now, I'll share with you what the goals, what the weights are in the mayor's office. So that I can remember them, I make sure they all start with E. That's just for this next couple of years. But it's emergency response, having to do with our ongoing efforts to respond to COVID pandemic. economic growth, equality and compassion, the environment, and education. That's probably too many. I think you should probably only have about 3 weeks. But I'm going to ask you to please sit down and interview yourselves and think about what's important. Where do you want to go? What are the things that are important to you? Someone once told me that if you want to be happy in life, sit down at your age, sit down and figure out what you're passionate about. If you could do anything with your time, what would it be? Would it be working with children? Would it be working in healthcare? Would it be something related to the military, something related to public service? The answer is going to be very different for each of you, I imagine. And then once you decide what you're passionate about, ask yourself, what do I need to do for that to be a big part of my life, maybe even my profession. And when you identify what that is, go out and try to get some practical experience. Try to call somebody up who does that and say, hey, can I volunteer to be an unpaid intern in your office for a week or two and come out and just hang out with you and see if I like this, if this is what I want to invest my time and my energy in. I'm going to suggest to you that if you do that, if you put some real thoughtful attention into setting a goal and then looking at the path to get there, doing some due diligence to decide if that's really what you like. It's not just an idea that sounds cool to you, but you invest some time and energy to vet that idea and figure out that it's actually what you want your life's work to be. And then you set yourself on that path, you're going to be very happy in life. One of the things, I have 2 jobs as the mayor of Mesa. One is to celebrate our achievements and to brag about Mesa. And that's a fun thing to do. I could do that all day. There's lots of amazing things about this community. But I think the other job I have, which is actually more important, is to address our weaknesses. Not just hide them and to celebrate the things that make us look good, but to be honest and to say what it is that we need to be doing so that everyone can be experiencing the success that we want them to experience. So I would offer that as advice as well. Work on your weaknesses. We all have, even the superstars amongst you. What is it that you want to be better at? What are the things that are going to get in your way to achieve the goals that you set? Thank you for letting me go on for a while. I'm just going to close by saying, again, I love the traditions of Mesa High School. One of the really, I started doing a podcast about Mesa just a few weeks ago. It's kind of a weird name, so stick with me here. The name of the podcast is It's Always Cool in Mesa. Now, obviously, it's not always temperature cool in Mesa. I do think there's always lots of cool things going on in Mesa. And believe it or not, the first episode is about Mesa Cemetery. Now, that doesn't really sound like the coolest place in town, right? But I tell the story, I tell several stories. One of them is that I had the assignment with the Mesa Historical Society of sitting in front of the Zito Ishikawa gravesite and telling that story over and over and over again on a Saturday to the groups of people that came through. And I talked about what an amazing story that is. I think we've all seen the T-shirts from World War II, when London was being bombed, and Winston Churchill was famously known to have said, "Be calm and carry on." Well, it was a good decade before that, and I think Winston Churchill should have given attribution to Zito Ishikawa, because he's the one who said, "Carry on." I hope that you have that tattooed to your hearts, because there's going to be plenty of times in life, even if you live a charmed life, where you're going to be dejected, you're going to be discouraged, you're going to feel like there's nobody with you, nobody looking out for you, and they're giving up just the best option. You can't do that, because you're jackrabbits. And Zito Ishikawa almost 100 years ago. It encouraged you to carry. Given that this is Baccalaureate, it's probably also very appropriate for me to suggest to you that as you do all the things that I've suggested to you over the course of these last few minutes, that you realize that you're not alone, that you have a loving Creator, a loving Father in heaven, a loving God that will be with you throughout this journey. He will help you sift through those various priorities, and He will help you to have a path that will take you to where you want to go. I promise you that that's one of the life lessons that I learned. And again, I leave you with the immortal words of Dilip Chakrabarty that I also know to be true.